Hi, I'm Tariq.
And I'm Sofia.
Welcome to another episode of the ChapterTwo Experience.
Today we're heading to the Caribbean, where 5 nations offer some of the most powerful and accessible second citizenship programs in the world.
Right. And for you listening, this deep dive is really a shortcut to understanding the main routes.
Yeah, essentially you've got 2 critical paths. Either a non-refundable donation to a government fund, or putting money into real estate, which you can often recoup later on.
Okay, let's maybe unpack this, starting with the original player.
Yes.
St. Kitts and Nevis. They were the pioneers here.
It really worked.
So what's the value proposition? Because the entry point is a little higher.
Well, what's quite fascinating there is its stability and just its long track record. St. Kitts gives you visa-free access to over 155 countries.
That's significant mobility.
Definitely. Investment starts with a donation to their Sustainable Island State Contribution, the SISC. That's at $250,000. Or you can go the real estate route from $325,000. And, that contribution specifically feeds into developing the nation's infrastructure.
Right, so it resonates with people who like the heritage, the legacy of the program.
Exactly. Some clients prioritize that.
Okay, so if St. Kitts is kind of the heritage option, let's pivot to Dominica. They've really positioned themselves as, aggressive on pricing.
Absolutely. Dominica is all about cost effectiveness. The donation to their Economic Diversification Fund, the EDF, it starts from just $200,000.
$200,000.
Or real estate is also available at a $200,000 minimum investment. So yeah, it's the lowest donation threshold you'll find in the region.
What about the benefits beyond cost?
You still get really strong global mobility. We're talking 140 plus countries visa-free. Plus, their family definition is extremely generous.
How so?
It covers dependent children right up to the age of 31, and even parents or grandparents aged 65 and over.
Wow, okay. That breadth of family inclusion is definitely crucial for many. But let's look at other options good for larger families, starting maybe with Antigua and Barbuda.
Sure. Antigua, it starts with a donation to the National Development Fund, the NDF, at $230,000.
Right.
Or real estate is an option from $300,000. But the real, I think, game changer for some larger families is their University of West Indies Fund option.
Ah, yes, the UWI fund.
For $260,000, it covers a family of up to 6 members, and it throws in a 1-year scholarship to the university.
That's a pretty unique benefit. Now, I remember Antigua has that slightly unusual requirement. 5 days physical presence within the first 5 years. How's that viewed?
Yeah, it's definitely a key planning point. It slightly bumps against the pure no residency needed angle of some others.
Right.
But honestly, for clients who see the citizenship as more of a family asset, maybe they plan to visit the Caribbean anyway. While that educational benefit often outweighs the slight residency need.
Makes sense. Okay, moving on to St. Lucia. They also really stand out for family definitions, don't they?
They really do. St. Lucia's National Economic Fund contribution, that starts at $240,000.
Okay.
And their family inclusion is, remarkably broad. You've got children up to 31, parents 55 plus.
Similar to Dominica there.
Yes, but St. Lucia also includes siblings under 18, provided they're unmarried and dependent.
Siblings too. That's quite expansive.
It is. This focus on defining family so generously makes it a powerhouse choice, especially for maybe more complex family structures.
Got it. And finally, let's wrap up the country list with Grenada. This one feels like a specialist option, maybe a slight premium, but offers something unique related to North America.
That's exactly right. The investment starts at $235,000 for the donation to the National Transformation Fund.
Okay, so comparable to St. Lucia and Antigua on the donation front.
Pretty much. Real estate is also there. But the unique feature, the big one, is that Grenada is the only Caribbean CBI program in this group that grants eligibility for the USAE to investor visa.
And that's a big deal for certain people.
It's huge. For entrepreneurs, business owners looking to potentially operate and live in the U.S., it's often the ultimate pathway. It makes Grenada's perhaps slightly higher overall cost instantly justifiable for that specific profile.
Good. That E2 access is a major differentiator. Okay, before we sort of recap, let's quickly touch on the timeline. That's always a critical question.
Absolutely crucial for planning. So processing time across all these programs, it typically ranges from about 3 to 9 months.
Okay, quite a range.
It really depends on the thoroughness of the due diligence process for each specific application and just the complexity of the case itself.
Any rules of thumb?
Well, most countries, maybe with the exception of St. Kitts sometimes being a bit longer, usually fall within the 3 to 6 month range.
So 3 to 6 months is more typical for most.
Generally, yes. But again, due diligence is the key factor. It can be the bottleneck. So being well prepared with documentation is everything.
Good advice. Okay, so let's try and synthesize this for someone listening. If pure cost effectiveness is the #1 driver,
Then Dominica, with its $200,000 donation entry point, is likely the best starting point.
right, but if maximum family inclusion is the priority,
St. Lucia is incredibly hard to beat, especially with that sibling option. Though, Antigua's UWI fund provides amazing value if you have, say, up to 6 family members and value that educational perk.
okay, and then the big differentiator.
Grenada. If your long-term plan involves potentially setting up a business or living in the U.S., that E2 investor visa access through Grenada is really unmatched in the region. It's a specialist choice.
And I guess that's where we come in, right? At Chapter 2, we really specialize in digging into these nuances, matching the specific benefits of each program to your unique personal and financial situation.
Exactly. It's not one size fits all.
Well, that's it for today's deep dive into Caribbean citizenship. Ready to perhaps start your second passport journey?
Visit www.chapter2.ae. You can leave us your questions in the comments, and of course, don't miss the next episode of the Chapter 2 Experience.